Hello, class. How are you? I hope you are doing good. This is Mr. Mkenda, your teacher of economics. You are welcome. For revision, we are going to do revision on the topic of demand and supply. I hope you can recall that we covered a lot of concepts on this topic, so we are just going to go through some questions. So you are warmly welcome. Well, you can see we have some questions here. Question number 1. Question number 1A, it says, state the law of demand. State the law of demand. State the law of demand. Okay. Yes, you can remember that we said there is a relationship between demand for a commodity and the price of a commodity. We have a mathematical relationship between the price of a commodity and the quantity demanded of that particular commodity. If you want to have a description of this, we say that when the price of a particular commodity rises, the demand of that commodity will decrease. And when the price decreases, the demand of that particular commodity will increase. Now, to state this law, we say that the law of demand states that other things remaining the same, other things or other factors remaining the same, the quantity demanded, or the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded, and vice versa. The law of demand says that other things or other factors remaining the same, the higher the price, the lower the demand, and vice versa. In other words, according to the law of demand, when the price of the commodity increases, we expect that the quantity of that particular commodity will decrease. And when the price of the commodity decreases, we expect, under normal circumstances, the demand for that particular commodity to increase. So, the law of demand, so in other words, we say the law of demand states that under ceteris paribus, the price of the commodity changes inversely to the demand for that particular commodity. the price of the commodity changes inversely. Inversely means when the price of the commodity rises, demand for that particular commodity decreases. If you want to take an example, for example, when you go to the market, you want to buy, and the commodity in question is sugar, it's obvious. If other factors are constant, it's obvious that when the price of sugar rises, the demand for sugar will increase. And when the price of sugar decreases, the demand for sugar will increase. Okay, so that is the law of demand. That is the law of demand. If you wanted to illustrate it graphically using the demand curve, with the demand curve, we say we have the y-axis and x-axis. Now, on the y-axis, we have the price of the commodity, and on the x-axis, we have the quantity demanded. The quantity demanded probably in kilograms, and here the price probably in T shillings. Now, we say, according to the law of demand, when the price is low, somewhere down there, that is, let's call it P1, when the price is low, the quantity demanded will be somewhere. Suppose the quantity demanded is somewhere here, call it Q1. Now, as the law of demand says, when the price increases, because when it moves upwards the y-axis, it means the price of the commodity is increasing. So when the price of this particular commodity rises to somewhere there, say P2, according to the law of demand, we expect the quantity demanded for this particular commodity to decrease. So if demand decreases, it will be somewhere here, call it Q2. So to join these 2 points, you get what we call demand curve. Demand curve. So what we see here with the demand curve is that when the price changed from OP1 to OP2, this is increase in price, the quantity demanded decreased from OQ1 to OQ2. So we have an upward movement in the demand curve, which also describes the law of demand. When price increases, quantity demanded decreases. The opposite could be true, that if price decreases from OP2 to OP1, we would expect the quantity demanded to increase from OQ2 to OQ1. So that is it with the law of demand. I hope you are following. The second question here says, describe the exceptions of the law of demand. The exceptions of the law of demand. Describe the exceptions of the law of demand.